Hey, good morning. It's Robin, and welcome to this week's edition of the Shineability Show. If you haven't been here before, like I said, my name's Robin. I am a business and personal development coach, and I come here live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to talk about business, life, drop some tips, and talk about all things shineability. What is shineability, you might ask? Shineability is the melding of the things that you love with the things that you are good at to create a future that you are excited about. So as you come in, say hey, let me know you're here. If you're catching it on replay, then hashtag replay. If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and drop them. I'll be sure to respond to them after I give you my little spiel for today. So what am I here to talk about today? I wanted to go through some common mistakes that freelancers and service providers make that end up costing you money and costing you clients. So what do you say? You ready to get started? Let's do it. Hey, welcome. Good to see you. So excited you're here. Yay. All right. 7 common mistakes to do with pricing and packaging specifically. So let's start with mistake number 1. Mistake number 1 is creating a package that you think your clients are going to need. That you think they're going to need. So how does this work? We often fall in love with the ideas that we have. And it's not that the ideas are bad. It's just that sometimes our ideas are coming from a place where we actually have too much knowledge, where we're 10 steps ahead of our clients. And we don't really think about that because we don't tend to give ourselves the benefit of understanding that we really know more than they do. So the things that we create may not actually be the things that they believe that they need. We're solving a problem that's 10 steps ahead for them. So creating a thing that you think they need and running down the road with that is going to end up in frustration for you, and it's going to cost you clients because they're not going to buy it. Why? They don't think that they need it. So that's problem 1. That ties closely to problem number 2. And that's not communicating with the people that you are providing services for, right? You need to talk to the people in your market, the people who are you're going to be your ideal client, to find out what they think they need and the way they talk about the things that they think they need. That is going to allow you to create the package that is going to solve the problem that they think they have, but also solve the problem that you know needs to be solved, right? And you can do that in one package if you talk to your people and listen to what they think is going on, what they think is wrong, right? The way you get them the results is you solve the actual problem. The way you get the client is to make sure you're addressing what they think is wrong. So you need to make sure your packages do that. So another common mistake or problem is having too many options for people. It's hard for people to make choices. Like making choices is hard. Making decisions is hard. You want to make it as easy as possible for them. So you don't want to give them 20 different things to choose from. If, for instance, say you are a web designer, you don't want to give them 20 different packages that they can choose from for web design, right? They'll come to your website, they'll get completely overwhelmed, they won't really be sure what exactly it is that they need, and they'll run away. And you don't want that to happen, right? No, that's not the point. The point is to get them to sign it. So make it easy for them. 3 options, tops, for each package type, right? You just don't want them to make too many decisions. The next common pricing package problem is not looking for what your clients need from you next, right? So you give them the first thing, you work with them on the first level, you know what it is that they're going to need next, right? Because you've been in this market, you know what's going on in their world. You know that they need something else. You need to be ready to solve that problem for them as well. And pitch it to them while you're working on the first thing. You don't want them to walk out the door and say, hey, great, Robin, loved working with you. Now I'm going to go hire somebody else to do the next thing. No, be ready for that. Be ready for that. Have a package that solves that problem. The next problem that I see that's very common is one-size-fits-all solutions. So while you don't want to have too many options available, right? You can't have one web design package that is going to fit all of your clients. You can't have one virtual assistant administrative package that is going to fit all of your clients, because needs differ. People are at different levels of their business. They do need different things, right? So you want to make sure that you allow for that sort of situation. Think about your person as being on a journey just like you are. So when they first start their business, they're not going to need or be able to pay for or want a big, huge, fancy branding package with all the bells and whistles and, a 20-page website. They're just not going to need that. So you want to make sure you have an option for that person in the beginning of their journey, and then options as they grow and evolve, their business grows and evolves, right? So to make this, it probably sounds like I offered conflicting advice there. So you want to make it simple. You want to have simple options, few options available for each person at each level of the journey. And if that's not clear, go ahead and drop me a question. The next common problem that I see is fighting to the bottom in terms of pricing, right? And I know you've heard this advice before, but I can't say it often enough, and nobody else out there can say it often enough. Fighting to the bottom in terms of pricing, trying to be the cheapest option out there, is going to end up causing you frustration. It's going to devalue your services, and you're never going to win because there's always going to be somebody who's going to be cheaper. And do you really want to work with clients who are only concerned about paying as little as possible for your services? That just doesn't sound like any fun, right? So please don't do that. Please don't do that. So the seventh of the common issues or problems that I see out there are selling the process instead of selling the results. So frankly, nobody really cares about the A, B, and C that it takes for you to create the thing that you're going to do for them. Nobody really cares about the fact that you're going to use Canva to create the graphics, or you're going to use Photoshop to create that brand board, or that you're working in, Microsoft Word and Google Docs, or that your spreadsheet is built in Excel. Nobody cares about that. They just care about the result that you get for them, right? They care about the end game. They care about that you're going to help them build their business. They care about the fact that you're going to help them get clients. They care about the fact that you're going to take some headaches away from them so they could focus on making money. That's what you want to sell to them, is the end result, not the step-by-step process that you go through to get there. So that's it. 7 common mistakes. I've made them. We've all made them. But if you go through and look at the things that you're offering, if you look at your pricing and packaging with these 7 mistakes in mind, then I bet you're going to be able to make some changes that are going to help you get more clients. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next Wednesday. Have a great week. Bye.